One thing that is always a plus is if you've had industry experience. So, a lot of our small businesses, our entrepreneurs that we worked with, for example, at LADC, just to give like an example, and there were a lot of food related businesses, but it could be someone who, sort of started off in the kitchen and then they became a server and then they were a waiter and then they were front of the house and, who has kind of been around all of the elements of the business, because I think that's the hardest part to learn. You can be creative and, enthusiastic, but if you don't sort of have a sense of like the nuances of the business, like that's where, like, for me, if I were even investing my own money, I would want to see that an entrepreneur, even if they hadn't had experience directly, that they had found some way to really immerse themselves in this kind of a business, learn about it, volunteer, whatever way that you could kind of get around it. Because I just think there's a lot that you wouldn't anticipate just theoretically, that if you've been inside the business, you can know, like, this is a time of day when there's a rush and you just have to be ready for it. Or, so you don't want that coming at you as a surprise. Now, that being said, there were plenty of business owners that started up businesses that were in fields that they hadn't been in and they were wildly successful. But I just think nothing can substitute for experience. And so, like, to come into a totally new business area it's just more challenging than if you were kind of in your space where the business from really being in it and exposed to it and all the kind of fluctuations that can happen, whether it be in a day, a month, a year.